Hey, what's up guys, this is Fine from Tech Gaming Villa. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to compare and talk about Sony A80K WRGB OLED versus the QD-OLED Samsung S95B. You have seen even an HDR demo material. It looks absolutely amazing, both of them. As we switch back here to HDR now, mentioned that Samsung seemed more accurate this year. There was a lot of laughing about in the different communities. However, Samsung had that signature look over the years, and the don't hear things aren't overly saturated or overly blown out. It did have a natural yet bright yet vibrant look which you always wanted from Samsung. The S95B has been an interesting panel since it launched, because it was hated on loved. It was considered inaccurate by the calibrating community. Then it is calibrated, it is accurate. So it's been a flip-flopping of sorts with the S95B. I'm having impressed since I saw it taken out of the box. You can see the unboxing video on camera, and I was blown away by it. The A80K, which is again is an improvement over last year's excellent A80J, is kind of like LG tried and true. You can rely on it. Had no issues with the ADK as far as image retention in gaming. The dimming doesn't seem to be an issue at all. Those videos are also on the channel as well. Please check those out. We're actually going to finish up this demo material, one or more HDR, one of my favorites here. Now, when the S95B first came out, it forced the brightness of HDR to be very, very bright. Right now, both S95B and A80K seem to look similar in HDR in terms of their brightness. I don't find OLEDs to be dim in HDR, at least not for the last few years. However, it was an issue many years ago. When OLEDs first came to market, HDR brightness did seem to get cut in half. Not so here. As you can see, they are both beautiful. Now there's times where the extra brightness, or I should say extra color on the Samsung, gives it a more three-dimensional look. But there are times where the cognitive processor of the Sony adds a bit or touch more detail. As I showed you on the Lions in the previous video, in the very beginning, we step away from YouTube and hook up Raven player. I love that wallpaper they use. We are going to step into the spheres and muscle calibration disc. We are going to go at 2000 nits, and we are going to be in HDR. Obviously, Samsung doesn't have Dolby Vision. This is a comparison, and Stacey Spears is the material is fantastic. We cannot wait for the new disc, as many of you seen this for many times, and many different panels. The white behave differently. Again, some of that could be due to color not being 100 matched up, but I still do think it's a valid. Samsung is in its movie preset. It's not extremely bright, but we aren't meant to look like here and there's a moment where there's more depth on the Samsung and then more on the Sony. I love how they trade shots in different scenes. Would probably match them up more closely, but this was done last minute at the end of a long shooting day. Very excited to see what is going to come of the N95K. They have already had early reports that it's not quite as bright. I do feel that it's being protected by the heatsink, but we'll have to wait and see. Just see there's a bit more color on the Samsung. I love that color gamut coverage on the Samsung, especially in gaming. Now in the preset for the Sony, things like live color are disabled. The processing is disabled on both. Now I will go back and do comparisons once these panels are calibrated though. I am not a stickler of calibration. I am a fan of it. but I don't feel that it's necessary to be able to do comparisons, as this is what you are gonna see at your own house. And what you would see in store, though, they are not in retail mode. They have been moved into, again, their movie presets, we started off in standard preset, then moved to a vivid and dynamic preset. But they are more fun to see what they can do by flexing them. Alright guys, let me know that what you think in the comments. Many the 80J, as the 80K is just launched, it's a bit expensive. I'm not aware at the time of this video if these smaller sizes have a matte finish or are glossy. The 80K has a glossier finish. They're both absolutely beautiful. Now the S95B does have more gaming features. If you are looking at purchasing either one of these panels, you can see the difference in rate there. The 80K does have VRR and 4K 120 Hz out of the box, but they both look absolutely stunning. Now again, the time of this video, I'm not sure what the peak brightness on the S95B still is, have not measured the 80K yet, but by no means does the 80K look dim in comparison to the qd-oled for me. I just wish in regards to Tizen that Samsung just leaves it alone to me. It's one of them, the closest panel I have seen to what I have always wanted is from their qd-oled this year. Just leave it alone, please. Then again, I wonder if it's being careful with the panel, making sure it doesn't burn in or there's no issues, because there isn't a heatsink. Motion settings have also been disabled, so you are in a kind of stripped down movie mode and cinema on both. Now we're still working on the studio, which will have a larger space to compare this side by side, but for right now this is the best I can do. So I apologize that they are set up the way they are. However, it is way too bright in the showroom, and it doesn't really show the reflection handling of either, simply because it is so bright out there. So where I'm now seated is in their theater, which is also their calibration room. I have seen these demos so many times on so many different types of panels. Very gorgeous. Alright guys, what do you think? Let me know. The qd-oled which is limited 55 and 65 inch for this year. What's your thoughts actually about I'm also excited as you were when the S95B first launched. Has it changed? Are you more excited? What do you think of that this qd-oled? Are you looking at the 80J? Let me know what you think. Again, special thank you. So that's it from now. If you like this video, please subscribe and press the bell icon for future notifications update. Thanks for watching.
To change your